In this lesson, I'll show you 4 examples on how to use the formula for permutations. A permutation is an ordered arrangement of items that occurs when no item is used more than once and the order of arrangement makes a difference. The number of possible permutations, if r items are taken from n items, is denoted right here, where this is read n pick r, or the number of permutations of r items taken from n, and that's equal to the right side, n factorial over n minus r in brackets factorial. In our first question, we're asked, in how many ways can 6 different books be lined up along a shelf? Now, to answer this, because we are using all 6 books in every possible arrangement, we are arranging r is equal to 6 books from a group of n is equal to 6 books. So we would write down 6 pick 6 is equal to n factorial, which is 6 factorial, over 6 minus 6 factorial. This is equal to 0, and 0 factorial is equal to 1. So we have to find out what 6 factorial is. Let's go ahead and use our calculator. Factorial can be found by clicking Shift and this button, and we end up with 720 permutations. 720. Now, of course, you could also use your calculator directly without having to do the calculation by hand. And that can be done by clicking this button, where you have Shift, P, and you place your n value, which in our case was 6, r was 6, and we end up with 720. In question number 2, we're asked more of the same. In how many different orders can 8 nominees for the Students' Council give their speeches at an assembly? So think about it. You have 8 students, and you have to pick one of them in the first round. You pick one of them, and then you're left with 7. And from those 7, you have to pick whatever's remaining. According to the fundamental counting principle, we can write this as 8 pick 8. Let's do the math. We have 8 factorial over 1 is equal to, using our calculator, 8 factorial. Therefore, there are 40,320 different orders in which the 8 nominees can give their speeches. In the next question, question number 3, we're asked, in how many ways could a president and a vice president be chosen from a group of 8 nominees? Now, using the fundamental counting principle, there are 8 times 7, or 56 ways to choose a president and a vice president. Think about it. You start with 8, you pick your first one, and then you're left with 7, and there are 7 possible ways in the second selection. And finally, in our last question, we're asked, in a card game, each player is dealt a face-down reserve of 13 cards that can be turned up and used one by one during the game. How many different sequences or reserve cards could a player have? Now, to answer this question, you need to know that a deck of cards consists of 52 cards. And we're picking 13 out of those, so r is equal to 13. We have 52 pick 13. Now, setting this up using the formula that was given to us originally, we have 52 factorial over 52 minus 13, that's 39, 39 factorial. This is the same thing as saying 52 times 51 times all the way to 40. And if you calculate this on your calculator, I'll use the function where I have 52 pick 13, and we end up with 3.95 times 10 to the power of 21. 3.95 times 10 to the power of 21 different sequences of reserve cards a player could have. And there you have it. 4 examples on how to use the formula for permutations.